Hi my friends, this is Maria Wada. I'm a professional dancer and yoga teacher from Japan living in LA. First of all, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's staying safe and happy. And I was traveling until yesterday actually. I was judging dance competition in Canada. I think that was the last gathering I will be part of for a while. But I was coming back to LA yesterday. I was kind of scared if I make it back to LA, but I am here safely, made it back. But now in LA, every gyms, dance studios, yoga studios, restaurants, all the entertainment venue is shut down. So I'm gonna spend a lot of time by myself here at my lovely apartment, and I'm gonna be solo for a while. So I'm gonna upload a lot of videos. I think I'm gonna record a yoga classes, so maybe you can practice with me virtually. And yeah, I think this is a time to really focus inward and maybe reflect your reaction with what's going on in the world, and maybe we can notice something in you, how you were behaving, how I was behaving, how I was living before this crisis happened. And maybe when this all pass, we will all be better human beings, stronger, smarter, and just overall we can all grow. That would be the best outcome, even though some hard things might happen during this crisis. But anyways, I'm gonna share some of the things I'm gonna be focused on during this times we advice to stay home. So yeah. But first of all, I went to grocery shopping yesterday. I went to Trader Joe's and Sprouts in LA. First I went to Sprouts and then there's some of the things missing, but when I went to Trader Joe's, there was abundance of food, like all the produce, fresh produce, and tofus, plant milk, and everything that I needed. I was able to get it, except frozen food and canned food, pasta, like a dry food. Those things are kind of like almost gone, but the worker said we would get it, so it would take time, but be patient with us. And also they were doing limiting 30 people at a time in the store, so there was like a long line, but actually it was pretty empty inside of the store. So I think it was a smart choice they made at Trader Joe's, so you know, people can shop safely, especially for those who are, you know, more vulnerable or older people. They can shop at ease. So I thought that was a great idea. But if you're going to Trader Joe's in LA area, bring a jacket. So if you have to stay in line outside, I think it's gonna be cold. I had to stay outside for 10-15 minutes until you get into the store. So since we are all staying at home, first I'm gonna practice a lot of yoga at home, and I usually go practice with my teachers, but self-practice is important as well. Just be with yourself, sit with yourself, and listen to your body and flow yourself through. So I'm gonna be doing that for the time of crisis. So I'm gonna be posting videos of my practice, I think every day. I'm gonna commit to it, to my yoga Instagram at Maria Wada Yoga. So follow me on that, and maybe when you like kind of like bored, you can watch it. Maybe you can create your own flow as well. So yeah. And also yoga related, I think we all wanna move and we all wanna practice. So I'm gonna record a yoga class as well, so that will coming up soon, so watch out for that. I will be always listening to a lot of podcasts. I already listen to a lot of podcasts, and then some of the podcasts is really helpful, being like calm and prepared and just overall generally good for the spirit, also very motivational. So I have a few recommendations, the podcast wise, that you can listen to. First, On Purpose by Jay Shetty. He used to be a monk. He's very popular, you might know him already, but in case you don't know him, I'm gonna show who he is. This is his podcast, kind of reflecting. Yeah, he used to be a monk, Now he's spreading a lot of knowledge. It's very, very, very informative. How to be content and like be happy in yourself. Also very motivational, and I think he's such a smart guy and is uplifting, not in a way of aggressively motivating. It's more like a calm and very grounded and happy. So definitely if you don't know him, get into his podcast. So another one is The School of Greatness by Louis Howes. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. It's very, very popular as well, and he just dropped one episode about 8 ways to be calm and prepared during crisis. So that's what he looks like, and yeah, like this. So he was talking about how to be prepared in crisis like this, and just deal with this time, and I thought that was very helpful. He gets guests about a lot of motivational speakers and life coaches, and very, very informative in times like this. Very empowering, and not in a way of too aggressive. Sometimes like a motivational podcast could be aggressive and like too much, but his podcast I learned to be very grounded as well. So he's my favorite as well. And another one is Aubrey Marcus podcast. He's very, very motivational. He's really amazing as well. So get into him. Yeah, and I have a few yoga podcasts as well if you are a yoga practitioner like myself. One is Dharma Talk with Henry Winslow. His voice is really calming. He's an amazing yoga practitioner, so he's great as well to listen to if you practice yoga. And also Yogi Misfits sessions by Dani Pomplun. He's really funny, and then his podcast is super realistic, grounding, informative towards like yoga practitioners. So get into it. I think you will enjoy it. That's the podcast I always listen to. And also I will be listening to a lot of audiobooks as well, because sometimes my eyes get tired with the letters. So if you practice yoga, I'm pretty sure you have this book, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and I read this through during the yoga teacher training. But now this book has an audiobook version, which is really helpful because a lot of sutras, the guideline of practice, a lot of Sanskrit that I can't pronounce sometimes, but with the audiobook you can hear really sweet sound of Sanskrit voice with like mantra. It's really beautiful, and I think during this time I'm gonna finish listening to it so I can be familiar with the Sanskrit sound. So there's a bunch of books I'm gonna be listening to. Maybe I'll show you, why not? And I'm gonna listen to Bhagavad Gita as well. Yeah, it's, if you're yogi, I'm sure I know I'm gonna finish this. And also I'm gonna listen to Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. That was recommended by some of the social media influencer that I know, and that would be great. And there's a bunch of audiobooks that I want to catch up on, so that I will be doing. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get my time to finish audiobooks. It's really uncertain times right now, so I feel like people could be panicking, people could be over prepared. I feel like people are dealing with in a different way. Some might lost a job during this time, so it's very scary for a lot of people. If you need to take care of a lot of kids and a lot of people in the household, I think it's scary. That's why it's a reaction of people panicking and maybe overbuying and stuff. Kind of like a survival instinct as an animal, and like, oh my god, like when you're in fear, we tend to be very selfish and really like try to protect themselves, and that's a natural reaction as a living thing, like animal. If the tiger showed up and tried to kill you, you want to protect yourself. Let's be compassionate to those who panicked. Maybe if you if you encountered somebody panicking, it's like it's contagious energy. So if you like react in a way of like a fight or flight, or like a panicking together, and then that's like contagious, everybody's gonna be panic and angry, and that's not good. So if if you see someone panicking, just be compassionate. We are dealing with this, each of us, so let's be compassionate, be kind to one another, and those energy are contagious too. So be loving, be kind, and let's take care of each other. And then I see a lot of things like that too on social medias, and like people helping each other, or like in Italy, everybody's open the windows and playing music, or have a little party in the balcony. I thought that was really beautiful. And crisis like this happen, and humanity, people are good, and people wanna connect with each other, help each other. I think it's beautiful that we can share those things on social media, so we can lift each other up. If you witness something like that, I think we should share more, so we can stay positive in the times like this. And I was talking to someone the other day, this generation right now altogether never experienced war. So this might be the first time really affected everybody, like losing jobs and all the things closed down. So it's scary, it's very uncertain, so it's a challenge. But I know that it will pass, and maybe hardships happen during that time, but because of this happen, maybe we can appreciate little things that we have, and appreciate the connection, appreciate just human to human, the love and connection. And when we get out of it, I think we can do better every day and connect deeper. So that might be a good change for the world. But yeah, right now it's hard. Also, related to social medias and news and stuff, we have so much information in our fingertips with our phone and all the news, and I think it's very fast to get information all the time. So just a lot of information coming into you a lot, and sometimes it's overwhelming. One of the episodes that I just listened to, the Jay Shetty's episode, the news headline is usually more dramatic than like an article or news itself to be more eye-catching. When you consume information, when you see the headline, and don't take it as it is, and just read it, everything through, that you can really understand and do your own research, so that before you decided to take in some of the news, you can actually calmly get information, get educated, and stay calm with the information. And sometimes on social media with the news, there's a lot of opinion of individuals, so it kind of gets confusing or dramatic. So I think we need to get right information as much as we can. This is also from other podcasts I listen to. CDC, I forgot what it stands for. It's just the right information, just the straight up information about coronavirus, so you can get educated and stay up to date what to do with it, and then how to deal with it. So rather than a lot of emotional opinion of others. So I will be super careful with that for sure, because we're gonna be seeing a lot of things related to coronavirus. I'd rather be very informative, straight up information. I just wanna read what the information is, rather than people's opinion as drama included and affect emotionally. And I think I would recommend you to do that too. Keep being educated. Don't deny it. It's happening in the world, so don't ignore it, but just stay up to date. I think that's the best thing we can do, so we can avoid panicking and stay calm. And yeah, and prepared. We shouldn't be denying the fact that this is happening and not doing anything and then just avoid it altogether. Just get educated and prepare yourself. Maybe get food that you could survive, you know, the dry food and stuff for the next 10 days to 2 weeks. You should be prepared but not over prepared. And after, when you prepare everything, you then know that you've done your job, you've done everything. Now time to stay calm, stay up to date. And going back to the beginning of a video, solo time. So stay on your schedule, do a healthy morning routine, nighttime routine, call your friends, thank God for FaceTime. Just FaceTime with your loved ones and, you know, entertain ourselves. I just hope everybody's staying healthy, happy, calm, prepared. So sending lots of love to you and lots of energy to you. We can stay happy all together. Much love. Oh, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to join my journey. And I think I'm going to be posting a lot of videos. That's my mission for the next few weeks or month or so. So we can be positive. But anyways, see you next time.